Okay, ma? So this is a topic again related to Newton's laws only, ma. But here you will get one additional force. Okay, extra force వస్తుంది. And that extra force is nothing but friction. Okay? Same related to exactly Newton's laws only, just you will get one additional force, and that force we are studying as friction. Okay? It's still బాగాలేకపోతే కష్టం. Okay, ma. See, ma, what is friction? Let us see. So, it opposes relative motion. It opposes relative motion between two surfaces. Clear, ma? That is called as friction. So what is the function of friction, ma? It opposes relative motion between two surfaces. Okay? Friction doesn't oppose motion. Friction doesn't oppose motion. It always opposes motion of one body with respect to another body, which is called as relative motion. Are you able to understand? See, ma. For example, let us take this is a surface, and on this surface a body of mass m is present. Okay? So in the last class up to Newton's laws, what we have studied, in Newton's laws we have studied that if you apply a force of m, okay, then what is the acceleration produced? A is equal to F by m. This will be the acceleration produced. This is what we have studied now. Clear, no? But practically this is wrong. Why this is wrong? Here this is also F and this is also F, no? Are you able to understand, no? But here this F we are not supposed to write for calculating acceleration. Always we have to write A is equals to net force divided by mass. Are you able to understand, no? Then what is the difference between applied force and net force? Applied force may be equal to net force, may not be equal to net force. Net force equal avachchu kaakunda kuda avachchu. Andukala, because until the last chapter friction we have not considered. Friction we have not at all considered. But there is no body in this universe where there is no friction. Are you able to understand, ma? God has not created anything without friction. Every body has some friction. So now we are taking into consideration the additional force which is called as friction. Okay, ma? So therefore here what is meant by net force? Applied force minus of net force, minus of friction. That is called as net force. Are you able to understand, ma? See, ma, if I apply force in this direction, immediately between these two surfaces another force called as friction develops. Okay? You are applying force in this direction, then body is trying to move in one direction, then immediately friction starts opposing that motion, and that force which is opposing the motion is called as friction. Okay? So therefore acceleration, how I can write? A is equals to applied force minus a frictional force divided by mass of the body. This will be the acceleration produced on the body. Are you able to understand, no? In Newton's laws we did not study about this force, no? We have just studied the Newton's laws by taking ideal conditions. But practically between any two surfaces always friction is present. Now we are taking that additional force also for doing the problems. That's it. Okay, ma? Now see, what is the direction of friction here? Body is trying to move in one direction, no? But friction is acting in opposite direction. So friction always opposes relative motion between two bodies. What are the two bodies which are present here? One is the ground, another one is the mass. Are you able to understand, ma? See, ma, for example, if I place my two hands like this, are you able to understand? If I want to slide one hand on another hand, definitely I need to apply force. Okay? Rendu ilage vellalante no problem. If one hand and another hand, if both of them, if they move like this, then no problem. No need of applying any force. Are you able to understand, ma? But if one body should slide on another body, then definitely I have to oppose the friction between the hands. రెండు చేతుల మధ్యలో ఫ్రిక్షన్ ఉంటుంది కదా, దాన్ని అపోజ్ చేస్తేనే ఒక హ్యాండ్ని ఇంకో హ్యాండ్ పైన మనము స్లైడ్ చేస్తాం. So that additional force is nothing but friction. Now the question is, what is the reason of friction? Why friction develops, ma? Friction develops because always surfaces of bodies are irregular. Okay, ma? Irregular up to microscopic level. Up to microscopic level. Are you able to understand? So for example, same two bodies, if I observe them under a microscope, are you able to understand? Same bodies if I observe under a microscope, then the surface of this massium bottom surface, it will be somewhat like this. So this is a body of mass. Are you able to understand? Similarly, if I take the ground, if I observe the ground with the help of a microscope, then ground also will be somewhat like this. Are you able to understand? This is the ground. Now if I am placing this body on this ground, then what is happening? So these irregularities, they are getting locked up with each other. No? One irregularity is going and settling in another irregularity. Irregularities lock అయిపోతూ ఉన్నాయి కదా ఇక్కడ. Are you able to understand? So this body, if I try to move in this direction, if I try to move this body in this direction, these irregularities, because they have interlocked with each other, they start to giving force in opposite direction. No? Are you able to understand? No? So this irregularity, it will apply force on this irregularity. Okay? The irregularity which you are seeing here, or if I draw a bigger picture, so consider this is the irregularity of this mass. Okay, ma? And consider this is the irregularity of the ground. For example, both of them, they have interlocked, no ma? Are you able to understand? So this is the irregularity of the mass, this is the irregularity of the ground. So what does the irregularity of the mass will do? It will apply force on the ground. That's all. It will apply force on the ground. But ground cannot move easily. Ground cannot move, no? So therefore by Newton's laws what will happen? Ground will give a reaction, and that reaction is nothing but friction. Are you able to understand? No? So first irregularity is applying force on the second irregularity, because they have locked up with each other. By Newton's third law, second irregularity also will apply force on the first irregularity. And which is the first irregularity? This mass. This mass is the first irregularity. Are you able to understand? No? So therefore this ground will try to push this body backwards. It means ground is giving an opposite force on the body, and it is opposing the motion of first body on the ground. What ground is doing, ma? Ground is opposing the motion of this body. Okay? That opposing force is nothing but friction. So in all the Newton's laws problems, just we take an additional force of friction and we try to do the calculation. Are you able to understand? Ma? So in most of the bodies, friction will be acting in opposite direction to the motion of the body. Body tries to move in one direction, but friction always acts in opposite direction, because interlockings are present. So by Newton's third law, if body tries to move in one direction, ground will apply force in opposite direction, because interlockings are present. Are you able to understand? Ma? So that is the reason for friction. Come on, make a note up to here. Then board me the way is not. Okay, ma? Now see. So let us try to understand how friction starts to develop. Study of friction. Okay, ma? See, ma, here, consider this is a horizontal ground and this is a body present on the ground. Horizontal surface undi, dani paina mass. Clear, ma? Now in this condition, can you say what is the friction between these two bodies? Ee rendu bodies madhyalo friction enta? How much is the friction between body and the ground? Can you see? What is the reason of friction? రీజన్ ఆఫ్ ఫ్రిక్షన్ చదివినాం కదా ఆల్రెడీ. మరి రిలేట్ చేసుకుంటూ వెళ్ళాలి ఒకదాన్ని ఒకటి. అర్థమవుతుంది కదా? రీజన్ ఆఫ్ ఫ్రిక్షన్ ఈస్ వాట్? ఇఫ్ వన్ బాడీ ట్రైస్ టు మూవ్ ఆన్ అనదర్ బాడీ, ఇఫ్ వన్ సర్ఫేస్ ట్రైస్ టు స్లైడ్ ఆన్ అనదర్ సర్ఫేస్, దెన్ ద సెకండ్ సర్ఫేస్ విల్ అప్లై ఏ ఆపోజిట్ ఫోర్స్. దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ ఫ్రిక్షన్. దట్ ఈస్ ద రీజన్ ఫర్ ఫ్రిక్షన్. అదే కదా చదివింది. నౌ ఇన్ దిస్ కండిషన్ వాట్ ఈస్ ద ఫ్రిక్షన్? వాడాలి. Zero. Why it is zero? We are not applying any force. Namasima, this body is not trying to slide on this body. ఈ బాడీ దీనిపైన స్లైడ్ అయ్యే ప్రయత్నం చేస్తూ ఉందా? లేదు. మరి ఫ్రిక్షన్ ఎందుకు డెవలప్ అవుతుంది? దెర్ ఈస్ నో ఫ్రిక్షన్. ఆర్ ఏబుల్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్? Sima, if this body tries to move on the ground, then ground will give a force, because interlockings are present. So if one irregularity tries to push another irregularity, second irregularity will also apply a opposite force. That is the reason for friction. Okay. Now here we are not applying any force and body is present on horizontal ground. If body is present on an inclined plane, then it is a different condition. If body is present on an inclined plane, it will have weight mg, no ma? This mg I can split into two components, no? Clear, no? If angle of inclination is theta, this is also theta, this is mg cos theta, and this one is mg sin theta. Then what mg sin theta will do? Mg sin theta will try to pull the body downwards. Clear, no? So here mg sin theta is the force which is trying to pull the body downwards. Then friction will develop. But this is a horizontal ground, no? This is what kind of ground? Horizontal ground. There is no component along the horizontal ground. Force component, weight component is not there. So therefore, body is not trying to slide. If body does not try to slide, friction also will be zero. There is no friction. Okay. So how many forces are acting on this body? Its own weight mg is acting downwards. Weight will fall on the ground. Ground will give a normal reaction, and every action is equal and opposite. So n and mg they are equal. That's it. Are you able to understand? అర్థమవుతుంది కదా. బాడీ అసలు స్లైడ్ అవ్వడానికి ప్రయత్నమే చేయటం లేదు, మరి ఫ్రిక్షన్ ఎక్కడి నుంచి వస్తుంది దానికి? నో ఫ్రిక్షన్. ఓకే. సో వాట్ ఈస్ ద ఫ్రిక్షన్ బిట్వీన్ దిస్ టేబుల్ అండ్ ద గ్రౌండ్ నౌ? Now there is no friction. But if I try to pull that one, then friction starts to develop. Are you able to understand? Okay. Now I take the same body of mass m. Clear now? So here I will start applying a force of 1 Newton. But body is at rest. Okay, ma? Are you able to understand what is the condition? I am applying a force of 1 Newton, but body is not moving. Body is in rest position. Okay? ఇప్పుడు ఆశీష్ విద్యార్థి ఉన్నాడు, వచ్చి బెంచ్ లాగాలని ట్రై చేస్తాడు. వాడు బెంచ్ వస్తుందా? ఆశీష్ విద్యార్థి బట్టి లాగినా రాదు. ఎందుకలా? దేర్ ఈజ్ నో రిలేషన్ ఆఫ్ మాస్ హియర్. సిమా, అకార్డింగ్ టు న్యూటన్స్ లా, A is equals to F by m. Already we have studied, no? So force I am applying, no? Mass is there. So definitely acceleration must be produced. Correct, no? Acceleration must be produced. But here what I am saying, I am applying 1 Newton force, but still body is in rest position. How it is possible? It is possible only when this net force becomes 0. That's all, no? When net force becomes 0, then only body will be in rest position. Friction is? No. If a friction is greater, then body will move in this direction. It will be equal. Are you able to understand, ma? If friction is greater than applied force, body starts moving in the direction of friction. That is not possible. Body is in rest position means what? Net force should be 0. Net force is 0 only when applied force and opposite force they are equal. Clear now? So here I can say friction is also equal to 1 Newton. Okay? You are applying 1 Newton force. Body is not moving. It means that equal and opposite frictional force has developed. Then only body will be in rest position. Okay? Similarly, I take one more body, same body let us take. I am applying a force of 2 Newton. Clear, Nama? But body is in rest position. What do you understand? It means that the frictional force is also exactly equal to 2 Newton. That's all. Then I take the same body of mass m. I apply a force of 3 Newton. Body still is in rest position. Then again what do you understand? Friction is also 3 Newton. That's all, Nama? So what do you understand? ఏముంది సార్ పెద్దగా అర్థం చేసుకోవడానికి? ఇక్కడ ఒక బాడీ ఉంది, ఇక్కడ ఒకటి, ఇక్కడ ఒకటి, 4 బాడీలు వేసుకో. దట్స్ వాట్ వీ అండర్స్టాండ్. No. Up to here what do you understand? What you should understand is that friction is increasing according to the magnitude of the force. If you are increasing the external force, friction is also increasing. That's what we understand. So friction is not a constant value. Friction is not a constant value. It depends on some factors. So here one factor on which it is depending is external force. Are you able to understand? You are increasing the external force. 1 Newton, 2 Newton, 3 Newton. Friction is also increasing 1 Newton, 2 Newton, 3 Newton. Okay, ma? So therefore I say, the important note point is that friction is a self-adjusting force. Friction is a self-adjusting force. Or you can call friction is a dynamic. Like the according situation. Situation బట్టి మారుతూ ఉంటుంది. అర్థమవుతుంది కదా? That is called as a dynamic. Okay? So friction is a self-adjusting force, or you can call friction is a dynamic force. Are you able to understand? So it depends on applied force. It depends on some another factors also that we will study later. Okay? See, ma. Now I will give one more condition. Second condition is that, for example, consider this is a body of mass m. Okay, ma? I am applying same force, same body I am taking. I am taking a body of force, I am applying a force of 4 Newton, and body is ready to slide. What is meant by ready to slide, ma? Body is ready to slide means See ma, in the previous conditions when I applied 0 force, 1 Newton force, 2 Newton force, 3 Newton force, body was not ready to slide. Okay, but when I applied 4 Newton force, now it is ready to slide. It means friction is also 4 Newton. That is why it is ready to slide. No? Are you able to understand? No? Ready to slide means what? If you apply a force of 4.1 Newton, the body will slide. Clear? It means friction cannot develop more than 4 Newton. Friction cannot develop more than 4 Newton in this condition. Are you able to understand? No? Therefore, this friction I can also call as limiting friction. But here it is not ready to move. It is in rest position, that's it. Are you able to understand? No? But if I apply a force of 4 Newton, it is ready to slide. It means friction is also 4. Because still it is not moving, no? Still there is no acceleration. If there is no acceleration, what I understand? F net is also 0. F net is 0 means what? Applied force and frictional force, they are equal and opposite. Are you able to understand? No? So therefore, between two surfaces, always friction varies only up to certain level. Beyond that, friction cannot develop. Between two surfaces, friction can increase only up to a particular amount. After that, friction cannot increase. So that maximum value of friction, background music, that maximum value of friction is called limiting friction. Are you able to understand? No? And limiting friction depends on many factors. Limiting friction depends on normal reaction. Limiting friction depends on the nature of surfaces. Between any two surfaces, friction is not same, no? Friction varies from surface to surface. Are you able to understand? No? If it is a rough surface, friction will be greater. If it is a smooth surface, friction will be lesser. If it is a very, very, very smooth surface, friction will be very large. Friction will not be very less. Friction increases by very large factor. That is a different condition we will study later. See, so therefore what I say here, acceleration is 0, ready to slide. It is not sliding. So acceleration will be how much? 0. If acceleration is 0, net force? 0. If net force is 0, applied force and friction, they should be equal. Are you able to understand? Okay. Now what I am doing, so therefore what I write? The maximum friction that can develop between two surfaces is called, what you call that one? Is called limiting friction. Okay, ma? So what is meant by limiting friction, ma? The maximum friction which can develop between two surfaces. So more than that, limiting friction is not possible. Are you able to understand? So therefore, friction always has a limit, ma. Friction always has a limit. Beyond that, friction cannot increase. Okay? In this condition, limit is 4 Newton. No? Beyond 4 Newton, friction cannot increase. If you apply 5 Newton, if you apply external force 5 Newton, then what will happen? Friction remains to be 4 only. Okay? Let us see. So for example, if I take this body of mass, yeah, and I am applying a force of 5 Newton, then what will be the friction? Same body, same surface. Then friction remains to be 4 Newton. Because beyond this value, friction cannot increase. Okay, ma'am? But what is the applied force? 5. What is the friction? 4. Applied force? 5. Friction? 4. What do you understand? There is some net force. What is the net force? 5 minus 4 is 1 Newton is the net force. Understood now? So therefore, what is the acceleration produced? A is equal to net force divided by mass. Net force 1, mass let mass be some 1 kg. Clear now? 1. So 1 by 1 meter per second square. That is the acceleration produced. Okay, ma? So therefore, who produces the acceleration always? Net force produces the acceleration. Are you able to understand, ma? That's it. So therefore, until now what we have understood that friction is a self-adjusting force. It adjusts according to the situation. But it doesn't mean that it can go up to infinity. No. It limits itself only up to certain level only. And that maximum friction we can call it as limiting friction. If you apply a force greater than limiting friction, body will accelerate. Because net force is there, no? Because of net force, body will accelerate. That is the condition. Is it clear? That's all. Okay. Now let us try to do some problems based on this one. Clear? Sim. So consider, first of all we will study factors on which limiting friction depends upon. No? So factors on which limiting friction is represented by FL, depends upon. Okay. So what are the factors on which limiting friction depends upon? So first of all, limiting friction depends upon normal reaction. Okay, ma? See, ma, here you should think very, very intelligently. Normal reaction doesn't depend on weight of the body. Normal reaction, body weight paina depend avadu. Deni paina depend avutundi? Normal reaction paina depend avutundi. Are you able to understand? Because weight of the body always it is a constant until you don't change the planet. భూమి పైన ఉన్నంత వరకు మీ వెయిట్ ఒకే విధంగానే ఉంటుంది. చంద్రమండలం మీద పోయినప్పటికీ అది వేరే విషయం. Okay, but normal reaction changes depending on the situation. Okay, for example, if you are placing the body on horizontal ground, then normal reaction is mg. If you are placing the same body on an inclined plane, then normal reaction is mg cos theta. Okay, so normal reaction changes according to the situation, and friction depends on what? Normal reaction, not weight of the body. Okay, second one. So nature of surfaces. Okay, ma? Surfaction. Nature of surfaces. Okay, ma? And this nature of the surfaces is also called as mu, coefficient of friction. Coefficient of friction. Are you able to understand? Clear? So therefore, see, ma, smooth surface. Surfaces are smooth. Mu value will be lesser. Mu value will be less. A rough surface. Mu value will be greater. Clear, ma? Very, very smooth surfaces. Very smooth surfaces. Then mu value will be greater. Mu value will be very large. Okay, ma? What is the meaning of that? Let us try to understand. See, ma, if you take a rough surface, rendu rough surfaces తీసుకున్నారు. You are taking two rough surfaces. You are placing one surface on the other surface. Then if you check the coefficient of friction, it will be greater. Because to slide bodies on rough surface, it is very tough, no? So friction will be greater because coefficient of friction will be greater. Are you able to understand? Now you polish them. You polish both the surfaces. Then you check the friction. Now frictional force will be reduced. Are you able to understand, ma? Then coefficient of friction also will be reduced. But if you further smoothen them, if you smoothen them very smooth, then friction again increases. Friction will increase also. Are you able to understand, ma? For example, you should have seen sheets which are covered on the windows of the cars. Do you see? Windows, for car windows, you will have mirrors, no? So for sunlight not enter into that mirrors, we place some black color sheets. Very thin sheets will be there. Okay, ma? The surface of the sheet will be very smooth. Glass is also very smooth. So once you attach that one, it is not easy to remove that one. So friction will be very large between those two surfaces. What is the reason? Because surfaces are very smooth, no? Mu value increases. Mu value will become very large. Are you able to understand, ma? So up to certain level of polishing, friction decreases. But beyond that one, friction again will increase. That is the condition. Okay? Okay. Okay, ma? Therefore, how I represent limiting friction mathematically? Clear, ma? Limiting friction depends upon normal reaction, first condition. Limiting friction also depends upon coefficient of friction also. Okay? So therefore, if you combine both of them, limiting friction is equals to mu s into n. This is the condition. Okay, directly proportional to normal reaction if mu s is a constant, directly proportional to mu s if n is a constant. You can understand that one, no need of saying. So if you combine both of them, then this is the equation which I will get for limiting friction. And what is meant by limiting friction? The maximum friction which can be present between two surfaces. Okay, if you change the surfaces, friction also will change. Okay, so this is a value which is constant only for any two surfaces. For example, if I am taking bench and table, bench and this ground, then in between them there will be certain mu value. Okay, if I change the flooring, then mu value will change. Okay, so between these two surfaces, mu is a constant. Are you able to understand? So therefore, what is the note point I have to write? Note point is that mu, coefficient of friction, depends on nature of surfaces in contact. Already I have written, huh? No. Nature of surfaces in contact. Okay. So this is another point which you should remember. Okay. Now let us do small problems on this condition. అర్థమవుతుంది కదా ఇంతవరకు? Now, so do this problem. We are applying a force of 2 Newton. Coefficient of friction is 0.5. See, generally mu value will be less than 1. Generally mu value ఎలా ఉంటుంటే coefficient of friction will be less than 1. But in very, very smooth surfaces it will be greater than 1 also. Are you able to understand? Surfaces విపరీతంగా పాలిష్ చేస్తున్నారు అనుకోండి, mu value will increase more than 1 also. Are you able to understand? But generally it is less than 1. Now I will give you one more condition. So let us take the same body of mass 2 kg. Let us take an angle of 37 degrees. Clear, ma? So same coefficient of friction, 0.5. Then what is the acceleration produced? Clear, ma? One more question. So same 2 kg body let us take. Coefficient of friction is 0.5. Angle is 37 degrees. We are applying a horizontal force to the inclined plane F. F is equal to question mark. How about that? How about it? So F is equal to question mark such that body does not slide. Body does not slide. Are you able to understand now? Okay. So these are the 3 questions. Let us solve them. Now try to say the answer of this one. So 2 kg body, applied force is 2 Newton. Coefficient of friction is 0.5. Then what is the acceleration? Come on. 0.5. So she is saying acceleration is 0.5 meter per second square. So let us check whether it is correct or not. Clear? See, first of all, we are applying force in this direction. Then friction starts acting in this direction. No? Friction starts acting in opposite direction. What is the weight of this body? 20 Newton. 20 Newton falls on what? 20 Newton దేనిపైన పడుతుంది? It falls on the ground. Then what ground will do? Ground will give a normal reaction. That's all, no? And what is the normal reaction in this condition? Normal reaction is 20 Newton. Normal reaction is 20 Newton. Are you able to understand, ma? So therefore, limiting friction will be how much? First of all, let us calculate limiting friction. Mu s into n. This is the formula, no? Limiting friction is mu s into n. Mu s value 0.5. Normal reaction 20. So 0.5 into 20, 10 Newton is the limiting friction. Are you able to understand now? So what do you understand by limiting friction? Huh? Okay. One point you have understood, that maximum friction which is possible in this condition is 10 Newton. Fine. Still, what do you understand? What is the applied force? Applied force is how much? 2 Newton. Limiting friction is how much? What do you understand? Body cannot move, first of all. Why body cannot move? Body can move only if you apply a force at least equal to 10 Newton. Because limiting friction possible between these two surfaces is how much? 10 Newton. It means minimum you have to apply 10 Newton force, then only the body is ready to slide. దానికి మినిమం 10 న్యూటన్స్ ఇస్తేనే అది మూవ్ అవడానికి రెడీగా ఉంది. బట్ యు ఆర్ అప్లయింగ్ హౌ మచ్ ఫోర్స్? 2 Newton. So our body doesn't move at all. There is no net force here. So therefore, what is the acceleration? This is wrong. Acceleration is 0 meters per second square. Understood now? It means even you are applying force, body is not moving. Because first force should oppose the limiting friction. And what is the limiting friction? 10 Newton. Only if you apply 10 Newton, then body will be ready to slide without acceleration. Have you understood? So therefore, what we write, therefore, applied force 2 Newton cannot make the body move. Okay, ma? Body doesn't start also. Okay, because already we studied limiting friction is 10 no? So until you apply a force of 10 Newton, body doesn't move. If you apply 10 Newton, then it will be ready to slide without acceleration. If you apply force greater than 10 Newton, then it will slide with an acceleration. Fine, that's all. Similarly, do the calculation for this one. Okay, ma? Try for 2 minutes and this second condition, ma. See. See, ma, splitting you should be very, very clear, ma. Without the knowledge of properly splitting, no need of learning all these concepts. Okay, so see. First of all, its weight 20 Newton will be acting downwards, no? Weight of the body mg, 2 times 20. Clear, no? 20 Newton is acting downwards. Okay. So what can I do with this 20 Newton? I can split this one into two components, no? So if this is mg, clear, no? So this is mg cos theta, and this force is mg sin theta. What is mg sin theta doing? Mg sin theta is pulling the body downwards. This vector I can displace here also, no? So actually this mg sin theta is acting on this body only. Okay, no? So what is mg sin theta doing? Mg sin theta is pulling the body downwards. Okay, mg is nothing but 20, no? 20 sin angle is how much? 37. So 20 sin 37. Clear, no? So 20 sin 37 value 3 by 5. So 5 1s are 5 4s are 12 Newton. Okay. So 12 Newton force is pulling the body downwards. Understood, no? How much force is pulling the body downwards? 12 Newton. Okay. Now first of all calculate FL value. First limiting friction find out, Chadda. Because without limiting friction I cannot say whether it is moving, whether it is not moving, whether force is sufficient or not. We cannot say anything. Clear, no? So first let us calculate limiting friction. Limiting friction formula mu s into n. Mu s value 0.5 I gave, no? 0.5. Normal reaction mg cos theta. Very good. See, ma, here 2 kg body is pushing this inclined plane with how much force? With a force of mg cos theta. See the direction. Inclined plane adi push chestundi kada with a force of mg cos theta. Then what inclined plane will do? Inclined plane also will give a normal reaction, and exactly both of them they will be equal. Why they are equal? Vinali. 2 kg body, is it moving upwards? 2 kg body, is it moving downwards? No, it means these two forces they are equal. Clear, no? So therefore normal reaction is how much? Mg cos theta. Okay. So therefore it is 0.5 plus multiplied by mass of the body 2. G value is 10. Sin cos 37 value 4 by 5. So 0.5 into 10 is 5. So this will get cancelled. So 4 2s are how much, ma? 8 Newton. Limiting friction is how much? 8 Newton. What do you understand? 12 Newton is the force which is pulling this body downwards. Which is the force which is opposing the motion? 8 Newton. What do you understand? So definitely body will slide downwards. Clear now? Because the limiting friction will be in which direction? In this direction. So limiting friction is how much? 8 Newton. It means the maximum friction which can develop in this condition is 8 Newton. Beyond 8 Newton friction cannot develop. అంతకుమించి ఫ్రిక్షన్ డెవలప్ అవ్వదు. But what is the downward force? 12 Newton. So what is the net force? 12 minus 8 is the net force. That's all now. So where shall I write? I will write here. Okay, ma? So net force will be how much? 12 minus 8, 4 Newton. Once I calculate net force, I can calculate acceleration. No? A is equal to F by M. Force is how much? Force is 4, mass of the body is 2, so acceleration is 2 meters per second square. That is the acceleration. So body starts coming downwards with an acceleration of 2. Okay? ఎవరో ఏదో భయంకరమైన ఆన్సర్ ఇచ్చినట్టున్నారు. This is the answer. Understood, Nama? Now, in reference to this problem, can you say what is the answer of this? Here, what is the question he is asking? What is this force such that body does not slide? Or let us change this question. Let us change this question a bit more. Clear? So, what is the minimum and maximum force? Minimum and maximum force such that 2 kg body does not slide. 2 kg body does not slide. Come on. Maximum 12 hour. No. First minimum చెప్పండి మళ్ళీ మాట్లాడుకుందాం maximum గురించి. First say the minimum force. Minimum. What is the minimum force such that 2 kg body does not slide? 2 kg body slide అవ్వకుండా ఉండాలంటే మినిమం ఎంత ఫోర్స్ నేను అప్లై చేయాలి? అంటే మీకు 1, 2 వస్తాయో రాదని చెక్ చేసుకుంటున్నారా? ఒకరు 1 అంటే ఒకరు 2 అంటే 4 is correct. How can you say it is 4? That's it. See, here minimum force is 4 Newton. Let us see the answer for the first one. F minimum. Minimum force is 4 Newton. How can I say minimum force is 4 Newton? ఎలా చెప్తారు చెప్పండి, అది కూడా చెప్పాలి. See, here what is the force which is acting in this direction? 8 Newton. What is the force which is acting in downward direction? 12 Newton. So you do one thing, you apply one more 4 Newton. 8 plus 4? 12. 12 and 12 will get balanced, no? Body doesn't move. Are you able to understand? అర్థమవుతుందా? Clear? See here, I will draw the diagram. So this is the body of mass 2 kg. Okay, ma? The force which is pulling this one is 12 Newton. కిందికి లాగుతున్న ఫోర్స్ అంతా 12 Newton. Limiting friction is how much? 8 Newton. Body is trying to move downwards, no? Body is trying to move in which direction? Downwards direction, because net force is in downward direction. So what you do, you just apply the extra force. Extra force means net force. Net force is 4 Newton. That you apply in opposite direction. 8 plus 4, this one, balanced, no? Body doesn't slide. Fine. Ippudu, now say the maximum force. Now what is the maximum force I can apply such that this body should not slide? 20. External force I want. External force will be how much? Come on. Anybody? Eight is not correct. Think, ఆలోచించండి. Very, very important model which we are discussing. Asked many times in the previous examinations. Okay? Think. So what is the maximum force I can apply such that body doesn't slide? Okay? Now see. Listen very carefully. I will try to make you understand this one. See, this is a body of mass 2 kg. Okay, ma? So until now what we have done, we have discussed that 4 Newton is acting downwards, no? Sorry, 12 Newton. 12 Newton is acting downwards. Limiting friction, 8 Newton is acting upwards. Now if I place one more force, 4 Newton, one more force of 4 Newton, then system is in equilibrium. System is in equilibrium. What is meant by equilibrium? Net force, if it becomes 0, that is called equilibrium condition. Are you able to understand? Okay. Now what I do is, I will apply one more force. Okay, ma? Let force is 1 Newton. For example, for your understanding purpose, I am explaining. Are you able to understand, ma? Minimum force is 4 Newton, no? That's what we studied, no? Minimum force is 4 Newton. Now what I am doing is, 1 Newton I am applying in this direction. Now the body, will it slide or not? Huh? Slide avvadu. Enduku atla? Frictional force will become more. How? How can you say friction will become more? Sima, if I start applying force in this direction, then body will try to slide upwards, no? Body will try to slide upwards. Why body will try to slide upwards? Body will try to slide upwards because now the force which is acting in upward direction, it is greater than 12. So total 4 plus 8, 12 plus 1, 13. So 1 Newton is the net force in this direction. So body will try to slide upwards. When body tries to slide upwards, friction will develop in which direction? Friction will start immediately developing in opposite direction. So friction also becomes 1 Newton. That's the condition. Now, here there is no concept of FL. Now FL is not acting in upwards direction. Are you able to understand? We are applying 1 Newton extra, then limiting friction also will be 1 Newton extra in general condition. Okay? So therefore, if I start applying force in upward direction, friction also starts developing in opposite direction. And what is the maximum friction which is possible? Maximum friction. Limiting friction is how much? 8 Newton. So therefore, I have to apply how much force, ma? So maximum limiting friction which can develop is 8 Newton. So therefore, 12 plus 8, 20. So therefore, what is the maximum force I have to apply in opposite direction? Maximum force which I can apply is 20. Already you said 20, no? 20 is correct. Clear, no? So 20 Newton. Are you able to understand? Why am I applying 20 Newton? 12 Newton is already pulling the body downwards. 8 Newton is the limiting friction. 12 plus 8, 20. These forces and these forces, they are balanced. Are you able to understand? If I apply 21, then what will happen? Now friction cannot develop more than 8, no? So downward force maximum is 20. But applied force is 21. So body starts accelerating in upward direction. Are you able to understand? So therefore, what is the maximum force which I can apply? 20 Newton. Okay. Now what has changed in this condition? Direction of friction has changed. Direction of friction. FL value did not change. Direction has changed. Here body was trying to slide downwards, no? Body was trying to slide downwards. Friction acted in opposite direction. Now here I am applying force in upward direction. So friction started developing in downwards direction. And maximum friction possible is 8 Newton. So therefore, 12 plus 8, 20. More than 20 I cannot apply. If I apply more than 20, now friction cannot develop, no? Because friction always having a limited value. More than 8 Newton it cannot develop. So therefore, if I apply force greater than 20, net force will be in upward direction. Body will accelerate in upward direction. That's it. Is it clear? That's it. So this is the only logic which is present in friction. This is the total what you called the matter in this chapter. Okay? మొత్తం చాప్టర్ అంతా కలిపి ఇంతే ఉండేది. ఇంకా దీనిపైన ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ చేసుకుంటూ పోతాం. Is it clear? That's it. So therefore, what is the summary until what we have studied? Friction will act in which direction? In the direction opposite to the direction of the motion of the body. If body tries to slide downwards, friction acts upwards. body tries to slide upwards, friction starts acting downwards. And friction is not unlimited, it is limited. And that maximum friction is called FL. If you apply force greater than FL, definitely body will slide. That's it. Fine? 1000 kg starts from rest position. Clear, ma? The coefficient of friction between the tires and the ground is 0.4. Then find the time the car can cover a distance of 1 kilometer and what kind of time he is asking. Minimum time. Are you able to understand, ma? Or Chappan. So what is the minimum time in which the car can cover a distance of 1 kilometer? How can I answer this question? It means that less than this time the car cannot cover 1 kilometer. Intakanna takku time lo cover cheyadam sadhyamu avvadu. Are you able to understand? So what is that minimum time in which this car can cover a distance of 1 kilometer? How can I answer? Sima, consider this is the car and car is starting from rest position, no? Car is starting from rest position. And for the car to move, first of all it should accelerate, no? Car should accelerate, its velocity should increase. Clear now? Can you say how its velocity is increasing? How its velocity is increasing? Who is applying the force? For car to accelerate, there should be net force number. Car accelerate avvali ante net force undali. Who is applying the net force? Can you say? Net force is applied by whom? Chappan. Friction. How friction is applying the net force? It means for car to move, you are saying that friction is responsible. Got it. Yes, sir. No? Okay. So can you say how this friction is responsible for accelerating the car? Here there is no concept of inclined plane. It is moving on a horizontal ground. Sima, when you press the accelerator, tires will start rotating. No? Tires will start rotating. So if this is the tire, if this is the ground. So when tire starts rotating, what is meant by process of rotating? Tire will try to push the ground backwards. That's what it happens. No? What the tire is doing here? Tire is trying to push the road backwards, or it is trying to push the ground backwards. That is called rotating. Sima, how we are able to walk? How we are able to walk, can you say? We are pushing the ground backwards. Ground ఏం చేస్తున్నాం మనము? వెనక్కి తంతూ ఉన్నాం. Then by Newton's third law, what ground will do? Ground will also push us. That is the reason why we are walking forward. So we are able to walk forward only because of friction. If there is no friction, మీ ఊరికే కాలు అల్లాడిస్తూ ఉంటారు కానీ అక్కడే ఉంటారు మీరు. Are you able to understand? You are pushing the ground backwards. Ground is also pushing you in opposite direction, that is in forward direction. Because ground is pushing you in forward direction, you are able to move. Same concept here also. Tire is rotating. Tire is trying to push the ground backwards. Then by Newton's third law, what ground will do? Ground will push the car forward. Are you able to understand? So car is accelerating only because of friction. Friction lekapothe, if there is no friction, just tires will be rotating continuously, but car will be there only. If there is no friction, how car can move forward? Are you able to understand? So what is the point here? We have to understand. Point is that the car accelerates only because of what? Only because of friction. Are you able to understand? And he is asking, what kind of time he is asking? Minimum time. Minimum time means what? Very less time. Very less time means what? Acceleration should be maximum. That's the meaning of this one, no? Acceleration is maximum means what? Friction should be maximum. And what is maximum friction called as? Limiting friction. So he is asking us to calculate about limiting friction. Are you able to understand? So let us try to understand. So what he is saying here, time should be minimum, no? Time should be minimum. Time can be minimum only when acceleration is maximum. Okay, ma? Acceleration can be maximum only when friction is maximum. Because friction is the force which is pushing the car forward. No? Friction should be maximum. Clear? And what is maximum friction called as? So this friction we can call it as limiting friction. Already we have studied, no? Maximum value of friction is called as limiting friction. Okay. Now in this condition, can you say, how can I calculate limiting friction? What is the formula of limiting friction? Mu s into n. Clear, no? Mu s value 0.4. Normal reaction. Normal reaction. Normal reaction. Normal reaction is nothing but weight only, no, in this condition. Weight of the car will fall on the ground. What is the weight formula? mg, mass is 1000, g value is 10. So 10,000 newtons is the weight of this body. So this weight falls on the ground. What ground will do? Ground will give a normal reaction. So normal reaction also will be exactly equal to 10,000 newton. Clear number? So substitute here. So 10,000 newton. Okay. So 0.4 into 10,000 is 4,000 newton will be the limiting friction. Are you able to understand? Now, what this limiting friction will do? వినాలి చెప్పేటప్పుడు వినాలి, రాయటానికి కాదు మనం వచ్చేది, అర్థం చేసుకోవడానికి. Are you able to understand? I will give you time for writing, don't worry. Okay. Now can you say what this limiting friction is doing, ma? This is the force which is pushing the car in forward direction. It means this limiting friction is providing net force. Net force formula? Mass into acceleration. That's all. So therefore I say limiting friction is nothing but net force. Net force is equal to mass into acceleration. Clear? So what is the net force? Net force is 4,000. Mass of the car is 1,000 and acceleration is a. So therefore what is the acceleration value? 4 meter per second square. Are you able to understand me? So what do you understand by 4 meter per second square? 4 meter per second square ante? So on this ground, car can accelerate only with an acceleration of 4 meter per second square. Maximum acceleration. ఇంతకన్నా మీరు యాక్సిలరేషన్ ఎంత తొక్కినా ఇంతకన్నా కారు యాక్సిలరేట్ అవ్వదు. ఆర్ ఏబుల్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్? లెట్ ఇట్ బి మారుతి 800 డబ్బా కార్ ఆర్ లెట్ ఇట్ బి ల్యాంబోర్గిని. ఆర్ ఏబుల్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్? ఎనీ కార్ కెనాట్ యాక్సిలరేట్ విత్ దిస్ మచ్ ఆఫ్ యాక్సిలరేషన్ ఇన్ దిస్ గివెన్ కండిషన్, because acceleration is depending on what? Friction. And friction cannot be unlimited. No. Friction cannot be unlimited. Friction always is having only certain value, limiting friction. And who is responsible for accelerating this car? Only friction. Are you able to understand? Friction is always limited. So acceleration is also limited. So more than this acceleration, this particular mass of the car and for this coefficient of friction, car cannot accelerate. అది ఏ కార్ అయినా సరే ఇంతకు మించి యాక్సిలరేట్ అవ్వలేదు. ఏ కండిషన్లో? మాస్ షుడ్ బి 1000 అండ్ కోఎఫిషియంట్ ఆఫ్ ఫ్రిక్షన్ షుడ్ బి 0.4, because limiting friction depends on only these two factors. No? Okay. So therefore once I calculated acceleration, now can't I calculate what is the time traveled or time taken to cover 1 kilometer? Which equation I can use? I can use the relation of kinematics. S is equals to ut plus half at square. That's all. No? So displacement is 1 kilometer. 1 kilometer means 1000 meters. Initial velocity 0. Half. Acceleration 4. Time taken I don't know. So 2 1s are 2 2s are, so 5000. So t square is equals to 500. So t is equals to root 500 seconds. That's all. So this is the minimum time in which car can cover 1 kilometer. Clear? No? Less than this time car cannot cover, whatever may be the force you apply on the car, whatever may be the what you call power of the engine. So less than this time car cannot cover. Are you able to understand? That's it. Make a note. This is the given question. So 10 kg body present on a surface whose coefficient of friction is 0.1. We are applying a force of 100 Newton at an angle of 37 degrees. Clear number? So we are not applying force horizontally, we are not applying the force vertically also. We are applying the force at an angle of 37 degrees with respect to vertical. Clear? Then these are the 3 questions which you are supposed to answer. So what is the normal reaction, limiting friction and acceleration of this mass? Okay, come on. Can anybody suggest me how can I proceed in this problem? Splitting. Okay, so let us split this force into 2 components. So this force is making how much angle? It is making an angle of 37 degrees. Clear now? So this is 100 Newton. So adjacent side will be how much? 100 cos 37. Opposite side 100 sin 37. So 100 cos 37 value 4 by 5. So 5 1s are 5 20s are 80 Newton. So 100 sin 37 3 by 5. So 23s are 60 Newton. That's all. So this force of 100 Newton I have split into horizontal force of 60 Newton and vertical force of 80 Newton. Clear now? Now let us draw the free body diagram of this 10 kg body. Clear now? Free body diagram of 10 kg body. Clear now? So therefore on this 10 kg body, now can you say how many forces are acting? First of all, its own weight will be acting, no? What will be the weight of this body? 100 Newton. Still? Normal reaction. How much is the normal reaction? I don't know. Clear now? In this condition, I don't know what is the normal reaction. Why I don't know the normal reaction? Because there is one more force which is pushing the body downwards, no? One force is pushing the body downwards. So normal reaction is no longer 100 Newton here. Ippudu normal reaction 100 Newton kaadu. Previous conditions it was fine. Are you able to understand? Now let us see. So 60 Newton is pulling the body in this direction now. This 60 Newton is pulling the body in this direction. Similarly, we have one more component 80 Newton, no? What this 80 Newton is doing? 80 Newton is pushing this body downwards. Clear? And if body tries to move in this direction, friction will start acting in opposite direction. So these are the different forces which are acting on this body. Are there any other forces? No. These are the different forces which are acting. Are you able to understand, ma? Okay. Now we will study the forces along x-axis and we will study the forces along y-axis. Okay, ma? So along x-axis, first of all we will take along y-axis. Now along y-axis, can you say what are the forces which are acting? 100 Newton, 80 Newton, normal reaction. Now can you say what is the relation between them?
180 minus.
180 minus. Yeah, 180 minus. 180 minus n is equal to 0. Very good. అంత లాజిక్ ఎందుకు సింపుల్గా మీరు చెప్పచ్చు. సిమ్ అప్వర్డ్ ఫోర్సెస్ అండ్ డౌన్వర్డ్ ఫోర్సెస్ దే మస్ట్ బి బ్యాలెన్స్డ్, నో? Upward forces and downward forces must be balanced. Why they should be balanced? Because this body, is it moving upwards? పైకి వెళ్తుందా ఇది? నో. కిందికి వెళ్తుందా? లేదు. అంటే forces which are acting along y-axis, they must be balanced with each other. What is the force which is acting in upward direction? Normal reaction. Forces acting in downward direction? 80 and 100. So therefore normal reaction is equals to 80 plus 100. Like this also you can see. So I calculated the normal reaction. Are you able to understand? See, in this condition, normal reaction is no longer 100. Normal reaction is how much? 180 plus 100. 100 plus 80. Are you able to understand now? Okay. So I have calculated the answer for the first one. Okay. Next, second one. Limiting friction. Formula for limiting friction. Mu s into L. Mu s value 0.1. Normal reaction 180. So total how much? 80 Newton is the limiting friction. Second answer also I have calculated now. Okay. Now third question, what is the acceleration of the mass? Acceleration, how can I calculate? Formula for acceleration? Acceleration formula. A is equals to net force divided by mass of the body. Net force is how much?
40.
Net force. So what is the force which is acting in this direction? 60. 60 is trying to pull the body, no? Then which is the opposing force? Limiting friction is the opposing force. What is the limiting friction? Limiting friction is 80. So therefore what is the net force?
42.
42. Have you got this 42? 60 minus 18 divided by what is the mass of the body? 10 kg. So therefore what is the acceleration, ma? 42 divided by 10, which is equal to 4.2 meter per second square. That is our acceleration. Understood, no? Come on. చూడకుండా చేయండి ఒకసారి. Question, ma? So 10 kg body, 6 kg body, and on this 10 kg body I am placing a mass of m. Okay, ma? So coefficient of friction between this 10 kg body and this ground is 1 by 3. Then what is the mass small m I have to place on this 10 kg body such that this system does not move? System slide అవ్వకుండా ఉండాలంటే ఈ మాస్ యొక్క మాస్ ఎంత ఉండాలి? That is the question. Come on. Anybody, can you see? So I want 10 kg body doesn't move. Okay. Then what is the mass small m? I have to place on 10 kg body. Any idea? Sima, here system should be in rest, no? System should be at rest position. Clear now? If a system should be at rest position, what is the acceleration? Acceleration is 0. That's the meaning of this one. If total system is in rest position, acceleration will be 0. Okay. So if acceleration is 0, now if you take this body, this is the body which is responsible for pulling the system downwards now. This is the force which is responsible for pulling the body downwards. Clear now? What is the weight of this body? 60 Newton. Then tension should be how much? Tension should be how much? 60 only, because acceleration is 0, no? This is 6 kg body, it is not coming downwards or it is not moving upwards. It is accelerating downwards, 60 should be greater than t. If it is accelerating upwards, tension should be greater than 60. But system is not moving, no? It means that tension and weight, they should be balanced with each other. These are the only two forces which are acting on the 6 kg body now. One is a tension, another one is 60 Newton. So therefore what I say, tension must be equal to 60 Newton. Are you able to understand? Clear now? Now same tension is pulling this total 10 kg and mass also in this direction. Always we studied tension is a double-sided force now. Tension is always a double-sided force. Always it acts in two directions but in opposite direction. Are you able to understand? And what is the direction of tension? Away from the right end. Kattesina vaipu nunchi bayitiki undali. Are you able to understand? So this is the tension, and what is the magnitude of tension? 60 Newton. Same 60 Newton is pulling this system in this direction. That's all. But why this system is not moving? Because in opposite direction, definitely same amount of friction also must be acting. Clear now? Tension is pulling 10 kg body and mass m, but they are not moving. They are not moving means what? Definitely an equal and opposite force should have been acting in opposite direction. And what is that force? That force is exactly 60 Newton, and that should have been provided by friction itself. Are you able to understand? Okay. Now, so therefore friction value, how can I calculate now? Let us call that friction to be FL, limiting friction. Limiting friction is 60 Newton. Are you able to understand? So limiting friction formula, mu s into n. So mu s value 1 by 3. Normal reaction is how much? 100 plus 10. Very good, excellent. Or just I can write 10 plus m into g, no ma? I can write like this also. Clear? Total mass is 10 plus m. Mass multiplied by g value will become weight of the body. Are you able to understand? So this weight is falling on the ground. Ground will give an equal normal reaction. So what is the normal reaction? Normal reaction is total mass 10 plus m multiplied by g value. Are you able to understand? Now what is the only unknown quantity here? Only unknown quantity is mass only, no? So just calculate that mass. Clear number? So therefore 6 3s are 180. 180 is equals to 10 plus m multiplied by g value is 10. So 10 and 0 get cancelled. So therefore what is the mass of the body? 18 minus 10, it is equals to 8 kg. Okay. So what is the minimum mass I have to place? Minimum mass is 8 kg. If I place 9 kg, 8 బదులు 9 kg ప్లేస్ చేస్తే ఏమవుతుంది? Minimum, this is what kind of mass? Minimum mass. Minimum should be 8 kg. If I place 9 kg, what will happen? ఆశిష్ బుక్ కొనుక్కోవడానికి 20 రూపాయలు కావాలి. 25 ఇచ్చినాను, ఏమవుతుంది? హ్యాపీగా బుక్ కొనుక్కుంటాడు, 5 రూపాయలతో చాక్లెట్ కూడా కొనుక్కుంటాడు. దట్స్ ఆల్ అబ్బా. ఐ రిక్వైర్ ఓన్లీ 8 kg body. If I am placing 9 kg body, no problem, system will be in rest position. If I place 10 kg, system will be in rest position. 20 kg, system will be in rest position. 7 kg, body cannot be in rest position. Are you able to understand, ma? If I place 8 kg body, then only limiting friction will be active. Are you able to understand? Ma? It means just if I apply 61 Newton, 60 badalu, if I apply 61 Newton, system will slide. System will slide. Because what is the limiting friction we have considered? 60 Newton. But if I place a 9 kg body, limiting friction also increases and system will be happily in rest position. Are you able to understand? For example, if I place a 9 kg body, then what is the limiting friction? पहले biology class on करो. Clear ma? So what were we discussing? If I place a 9 kg body, for example, if mass is 9 kg, then what is the limiting friction? Limiting friction is 10 plus 9, 19. 19 only, no? 19 into coefficient of friction, 1 by 3. Clear now? So therefore, what is the 19 by 3 is how much? Into G, I forgot. No? So, into 10 into 1 by 3. So, 190 by 3. 6 3s are 18, no ma? So, 63 Newton, approximately. 63.3 Newton. Are you able to understand? So, then limiting friction, but what is the tension I require? Tension applied is only 60. But a limiting friction is how much? 63. So therefore, the friction applied will not be limiting friction. It will be just a friction, that's all. Are you able to understand? If I place 9 kg body, friction has not reached maximum value. Because friction will reach maximum value only when applied force is maximum. No? I am applying how much force? Only 60. So limiting friction, friction will be how much? 60 only. But limiting friction is how much? 63. If I place 9 kg body. Are you able to understand? So that's why I am not placing 9 kg body. I require only minimum mass. And what is the minimum mass? 8 kg body. If I place 8 kg body, then limiting friction is also 60. Applied force is also 60. Then the system is ready to slide. Slide avvataniki ready ga undi. But it is not slide. Are you able to understand? That is the condition. Come on. Okay. So already I explained you in the previous concept only, Nama. If you have any doubt, again you go to the same video lecture and watch it once again. Clear, no? So friction is a self-adjusting force. Friction is what kind of force, ma? Self-adjusting force. If you start applying force on a body, friction also starts developing in opposite direction. Okay? If you don't apply any force on a body, friction also will not be there. Okay? And friction cannot be unlimited. It is always limited. These are the points which we discussed, no? That's it. So therefore, here what is the minimum mass I have to place, ma? Minimum mass is 8 kg. More than 8 kg if you want to place, no problem. Okay, ma? See, ma, this is the given question. So on this ground, there is a body of mass m. To this mass m, we are tying a rope. Rope is passing through 3 pulleys and same rope is held by the man. Mass of the man is capital M. Clear, na, ma? Then what is the maximum force the person can pull this rope such that this mass is in rest position? Total system rest lone undali. If that means this board, it should not slide on the ground. Clear, no? Then what is the maximum force this person can apply on this rope? That is the question. Clear, no? So can you say how can I proceed in this problem? System is in rest position means what once again? System is at rest position. So it means acceleration is 0. Acceleration is 0 means all the net forces acting are 0. There is no net force. Clear, no? So here 2 bodies are there, no? One is the man and one is the block or the board. So draw the free body diagrams of both of them. So free body diagram of man. Are you able to understand? No? So on the man, how many forces are acting? First of all, his own weight, capital Mg, will be acting in downwards direction. No? Okay, ma? And his total weight is not falling on the platform. What is total weight to platform paina padutu unda? No. Why? Because he is holding the rope. No? Rope ni kindiki lagutu unnadu kada. So rope is also pulling him in upward direction. So it means that his total weight is not falling on the board. If he is stand still without holding anything, then his total weight will fall on the ground. But he is holding something, no? That something is also pulling him in upward direction. Are you able to understand? No? So therefore, only some of his weight falls on the ground. And then what this small m will do? Small m will give an equal amount of normal reaction. And what is that normal reaction? Still I don't know. Are you able to understand, ma? So this is the reaction. Weight, some weight of the man falling on the board is the action. Board giving a reaction, board giving normal reaction is the reaction. Are you able to understand? Okay. So, still any other forces on the man? Still any other forces on the man? Man is pulling the rope downwards. No? Then what rope is doing? Rope is pulling the man in upwards direction. So, one more force which is acting is tension in the rope. Okay, ma? Now let us see what are the directions of tension. Same tension is acting throughout this rope, no ma? Same tension is acting throughout this rope. So here also tension will be T only, and here also tension will be T only, here also tension will be T only. Everywhere same tension. Because all the ropes we are considering massless ropes. And in massless ropes, tension will be same everywhere. Are you able to understand? Okay. So this is the free body diagram of the man. Now how can you write a relation between them? So N plus T is equal to capital mg. This is my first equation. Because all the forces they are balanced, upward forces and downward forces are balanced with each other. Clear? Then let us draw the free body diagram of mass. This board. Okay. Now on this board, how many forces are acting? Can you see? Wait, how much? Small mg. Still? Huh? Sum of the weight of the man, which I call it as normal reaction. Total weight is not falling, no? Only some weight is falling, that is normal reaction. And same reaction is given by the board also. Okay, ma? So this N is the action, this N is the reaction. Are you able to understand? Still? Tension. Tension in which direction? Tension in horizontal direction. T kasu. Enduka kasu sign? Tension is already horizontal, no? You need not split that. Okay, still? Friction. Friction will be acting in which direction? Opposite direction. Sima. If tension tries to pull this body in this direction, friction will develop in opposite direction. And he is asking maximum force. Maximum force means what? Block is ready to slide. That is the meaning of this one, no? Block slide avvataniki ready ga undi. It means the friction is limiting friction. Friction has already reached the maximum value. Where friction already reaches the maximum value, then only body will be ready to slide, no? Are you able to understand? No? So therefore what I say, therefore, the friction which is developed is already maximum, and that is called as limiting friction. Are you able to understand? Then any other forces? Some more force is N dash is also present, Nama. So, same. Normal reaction and mg, they are the forces which are pulling this mass downwards. So this total force, it falls on the ground. Ground will give a normal reaction N dash. So these are the different forces. Are you able to understand? Now again you balance all of them. Now see what are the forces along x-axis. Tension and Fl. Clear, Nama? So similarly along y-axis, N dash is equals to N plus mg. Are you able to understand, Ma? So these are the forces along x-axis and these are the forces along y-axis. Okay. Now by using all these forces, what I am supposed to calculate? I am supposed to calculate T. What is T? Tension developed in the rope. Why tension has developed in the rope? Because man is pushing the rope. So force applied by the man and tension both are same. He is asking force applied by the man only, no? Because of force applied by the man only, tension has developed. So force applied by the man and tension both are same. So calculate T value, that is my answer. Okay, come on. Brain. Okay. ఎంత ప్రెషర్ పెడతారో అది అంత షార్ప్ అవుతుంది అన్నమాట. ఓకే. See ma here, three equations we have derived now. This is the second equation and this is the third equation. So how many unknown quantities I have? N is an unknown quantity. T is also unknown quantity. N dash is also unknown quantity. Okay. Three unknown quantities are there, three equations are there. Definitely I can do the problem now. Okay, let us see. So therefore, let us see how we can proceed in this problem. See my first one, T is equal to Fl. Fl can be written as mu into N dash, no? Why I am writing mu into N dash here? Because on this mass, what is the total normal reaction which is acting? Total normal reaction is not N, it is N dash. Are you able to understand? No? So N is the normal reaction acting on the man. N dash is the normal reaction acting on the mass. Are you able to understand? So mu into N dash. N dash value already I have calculated, no? Substitute here. So therefore T is equals to mu into N dash value. N dash value is N plus mg. Clear now? Now let us call this equation as equation number 4. Now you see equation number 1 and equation number 4. Only two unknown quantities are there, no? T is one unknown quantity, N is also unknown quantity. Two unknown quantities, two equations. Now you can solve very easily. Clear now? What I want actually? I want a T. So therefore take this N value, capital Mg minus T. Take this N value, substitute here. Clear now? So therefore T is equals to mu into Mg minus T plus small mg. Clear now? So therefore now changing economy. Clear now? So T is equals to mu capital Mg minus mu T plus mu small mg. Clear now? So all T terms if I take on one side, mu plus 1 is equals to mu if I take common, or mu g if I take common, then it is capital M plus small m. Are able to understand吗? So therefore T is equals to mu g into capital M plus small m divided by mu plus 1. So this is my answer. Are able to understand? So this is how we have done this calculation. So what is meant by T here? T is the tension acting in the rope. Clear now? Tension is nothing but force applied by the man on the rope. And this is what kind of force? Maximum force. Why force is maximum? Because body is ready to slide. Why body is ready to slide? Because friction, we have taken limiting friction. Clear now? If I apply force greater than FL, then body will slide. Are you able to understand? That's very simple. Come. Okay, ma, this is the question. Body of mass M is supported to this vertical wall. Clear now? And the coefficient of friction between vertical wall and mass capital M is mu. So if I release this mass, what will happen? It will fall to the ground now. But I don't want this mass to fall down. So I am applying a force of F at an angle of theta. Now there will be a range of forces, a set of forces which I can apply so that this body doesn't fall down. So what is that maximum force and what is that minimum force I can apply such that this mass does not fall down? That is the question. Are you able to understand? So not only one force, a range of force, a set of forces I can apply so that this mass doesn't fall down. How can we calculate that set of forces? First of all, can you say how can I proceed? Chappandi. Jwaram naaku vachindi meeku cheppochu gettiga. Make it fast. So first of all, what I can do, I can split this force into two components because this force is not horizontal, this force is not vertical no more. So first of all, you split this one into two components. So this is the applied force F. Clear now? So if this angle is theta, then what will be this angle? This angle also will be theta only, no? Clear? So therefore what I can do, this force I can split into two components. Clear now? So this is F cos theta and this one is F sin theta. First of all, we have done this thing. Then let us draw the free body diagram of this. Free body diagram, or let us do one thing. Free body diagram of mass if minimum force is applied. Minimum force is applied. Clear? So how can I draw the free body diagram if minimum force is applied? Clear? So can you say what is meant by minimum force is applied? Very less amount of force I am applying so that this body doesn't fall down. Okay. Can you explain what is meant by minimum force? Minimum force condition ante mani, maximum force condition ante mani. Minimum force means so it means you are saying we are applying very little force. So why you are applying little force? In which condition? See, minimum force means this body will try to fall down. No? This body will try to fall down. I will apply minimum force such that this body doesn't fall down. So body is trying to come downwards. Body is trying to come downwards. If a body tries to come downwards, friction will act in which direction? Friction will act in upwards direction. And it means friction is also supporting the body. And friction should be maximum. Then only my applied force will be minimum. So ikkada support evaru istunnaru, friction is also supporting the body. Are you able to understand? So body is trying to come downwards, but friction is opposing the motion of the body. And definitely weight of the body will be greater than friction. No? Weight of the body will be greater than friction. So that extra force I am supplying so that body doesn't fall down. Are you able to understand? It means minimum force means what? Body is trying to come. Body is trying to fall downwards. This is called as condition of minimum force. Are you able to understand? Now let us draw the free body diagram of this one. If this is the body of mass capital M, okay, ma? How many forces are there? Already I have split this one into two components, no? F cos theta and F sin theta. Clear, no? F cos theta is acting in this direction. So this is the direction of F cos theta. Clear, no? F sin theta is acting in which direction? F sin theta is acting in this direction. Are you able to understand, no? Own weight of the body capital mg will be acting in downwards direction. Okay? Still any other force? When body is trying to fall downwards, friction will start acting in upwards direction. And friction should be maximum. So maximum support ever ivali? Friction. Then only my applied force will be minimum. Ante kada? Friction maximum support istundante nenu apply chesina force minimum. So, and what is the maximum friction called as? Limiting friction. Are you able to understand? Okay. And there is one more force. Can you say what is that? One more force. Huh? Normal reaction between what and what? Box and wall. See, I am pushing the box or I am pushing this body with a force of F sin theta. So this body goes and pushes the wall. Then what wall will do? Wall will give an equal amount of normal reaction. Okay? ఎక్కువ కామన్ సెన్స్ ఉంది ఫిజిక్స్ కన్నా కూడా. ఫిజిక్సే కామన్ సెన్స్. ఎనర్జీనే లైటే ఎనర్జీ అన్నట్లు కామన్ సెన్సే ఫిజిక్స్, ఫిజిక్సే కామన్ సెన్స్. Okay? So these are the different forces which are acting now. Body is trying to come downwards. I am applying a minimum force of F cos theta so that body doesn't fall down. So body is trying to fall downwards. That's why friction is acting in upwards direction. It means the friction is also holding the body. Friction is also holding the body such that the body doesn't fall down. And we are pushing this body with a force of F sin theta. Therefore normal reaction is also F sin theta. Are you able to understand now? Now all the system, all the body, it is in rest position. No? Rest means what again? Acceleration is zero. Acceleration is zero means what? All the net forces acting are zero. Net forces are acting are zero means what? Forces along, net force along x-axis is also zero. Net force along y-axis is also zero. All the forces along x-axis and y-axis, they are getting balanced with each other. Clear now? Now if I take along x-axis, how many forces are acting along x-axis? Along x-axis, how many forces are acting? One force is normal reaction, another force is F sin theta. They are equal now, and they should be opposite also. So therefore what I can say normal reaction is nothing but F sin theta. So this is my first equation. Clear now? Now what are the forces which are acting along y-axis? Along y-axis, what are the forces which are acting? See, my F cos theta and Fl, both of them, they are pulling the body upwards. And which is the force which is pulling the body downwards? Mg. So your applied force in vertical direction and limiting friction, they are responsible for supporting the body. And they are balancing the weight of the body, capital Mg. That's all. So therefore I say F cos theta plus Fl is equal to capital Mg. That's all. And what is the formula for limiting friction? Mu s into n, substitute here. So F cos theta plus mu s into n. Normal reaction already I have calculated now. F sin theta is equal to capital Mg. That's all. Now here what is the only unknown quantity? F. F is the only unknown quantity, no? Remaining all values are. So just derive that F value. That is my required answer for minimum force. Are you able to understand? Come on, do it. So try to do this calculation without seeing on the board. Rough lo osari chudakunda cheyandi. Then you copy this one from the board. Clear, ma? Therefore, I will do the calculation here. So therefore F cos, F if I take common, then it is cos theta plus mu s sin theta is equal to capital Mg. So therefore F is equal to Mg divided by cos theta plus mu s sin theta. Clear number? So this is my equation for minimum force which I can apply so that this body doesn't fall down. Clear now? Now calculate maximum force. What is meant by maximum force? So minimum, if I supply this much force, this much force, body will be in rest position. If I apply a force greater than this force, nothing will happen. Until I reach maximum force, body doesn't move. So what do you understand by maximum force? Maximum force means? Suppandi. Limiting friction? Maximum force means what? ఆలోచించండి. If I apply force more than this force, then what starts happening? Friction direction changes. That's all. No? So if I apply force greater than this force, continuously applying the force in upward direction, then body will try to slide in upwards direction. No? Body will try to slide in upwards direction if you apply force greater than certain limit. Clear now? If a body tries to slide in upwards direction, friction will act in which direction? Downwards direction. And what is the maximum friction? FL. FL. No? So it means if you apply force greater than FL, then body will slide upwards. So therefore, what is your maximum force? Your maximum force should be such that FL has developed and body is ready to slide upwards. Body is ready to slide upwards. You should apply only that much of force. If you apply greater than that force, body will slide upwards. But I doesn't want body to slide upwards. No. So apply only that much force where FL is acting in downwards direction, and FL means already maximum friction. That's it. Okay, ma? That's all. So draw the new free body diagram and see what is the answer you will get. Okay, come on. So free body diagram, if F max is applied in, if F max is applied, it means the body is trying to move in upwards direction. Clear now? It means previously we have written FL in upward direction. No? Now we are writing FL in downwards direction. It means if I apply a force greater than this F cos theta, body will move in upwards direction. Clear now? Now body is not moving, it is ready to move. So therefore again all the forces they are balanced. No? So therefore what I can write, again same conditions will be satisfied. Along x-axis n is equal to f sin theta, this is also satisfied. The only equation which is not satisfied is mg and fl, they are acting in downwards direction. So this fl I will send to this side. Clear now? F cos theta is the supporting force. Now f cos theta should support these two forces. No? It should support mg also, it should support limiting friction also. So definitely my applied force should be greater. No? Are able to understand? So therefore now do the calculation. There is nothing here. Just do the calculation. Clear now? So therefore f cos theta minus fl is equal to capital mg. Clear now? So f cos theta minus fl mu s into n is equal to capital mg. So f cos theta minus mu s into normal reaction is f sin theta is equal to capital mg. Clear now? So f, if I take common, cos theta minus mu s sin theta is equal to capital mg. So therefore f is equal to mg divided by cos theta minus mu s sin theta. So this is my answer. Okay. So what is the difference between previous condition and this condition, ma? Previous condition we got cos theta plus mu s sin theta, but here we got cos theta minus mu s sin theta. That is the only difference. Clear? Very simple. Okay, ma? So typical NEET level and mains level questions. Ante, very easy. Just if you understand the concept very carefully, you can solve the problem within 20 to 30 seconds. That's it. Okay? The next concept in this friction, very important concept, last concept in this friction, which is called block on block system. Okay, ma? Block on block system. So there are 3 block systems also which we don't study this year related to advanced examination. We will study up to 2 block systems. Clear now? So consider this is a body of mass capital M and this is a body of mass small m. So in between small m and ground there is no friction, let us consider, but in between small m and capital M there is some friction and that friction is called mu. Okay, ma? Now the question is, what is the maximum force I can apply on small m such that both bodies move as a single system. Okay, ma'am? This is the question. Understood, no? So what is the maximum force I can apply on small m, capital M, such that capital M and small m, they move like a single body. It means that small m should not slide on capital. Sliding should not be there. Both they will be moving like a single body. Sliding should be absent. Clear now? Then in that condition, what is the maximum force I can apply on capital M? That is the condition. Okay. So a bit complicated analysis, no? You have to listen very, very, very carefully. Once you understand that it is very easy to solve, then you will understand the nature of friction also. You will understand why friction is so beautiful, why it is very important in nature. Clear? See, ma'am. So question understandable, no? I have to apply force on capital M, then small m and capital M both should move like a single body. It means the small m should not slide on capital M. Okay, now let us see, ma'am. We are applying force on which body? Capital M. So this will move. Then why small m is moving? I am applying force on a capital M, no? Only capital M should move. Why small m is moving? Then if I don't move out, 10 కేజీలు తలకాయ రూపాయి కూడా ఆన్సర్ కూడా చెప్పాలి. We are applying force on capital M, no? Why small m is moving? That is my question. Yes, Sima. Small m is moving because somebody is applying force on small m. That's the condition. Previously, system was in rest position. We have applied force on capital M. Why small m is moving? Small m should have been moving because somebody is applying force on small m. Who is that force? Who is that force? Friction. Friction is the force. Are you able to understand, ma? So, small m moves because of what? Because of friction. Okay, ma? Let us see how friction is responsible for motion of this. But if I draw the free body diagram of capital M, are you able to understand, ma? This is the applied force. And there is a friction between small m and capital M, no, ma? This friction opposes the motion of capital M. Because first of all, capital M is trying to move, no? So friction between small m and capital M opposes the motion of, or opposes the relative motion between small m and capital M. So therefore, on capital M, friction will be acting in this direction. It is opposing the relative motion between small m and capital M. So on capital M, friction will act in this direction. Are you able to understand? Okay. Now if you take the direction of friction on small m, or if you draw the free body diagram of small m, first of all, see, ma'am, so friction is also always equal and opposite. What is the nature of friction? It is also always equal and opposite, just like tension. Tension is always equal and opposite at the two ends of the rope, no? Friction is also equal and opposite. Clear now? So this friction is opposing the motion of capital M. Same friction is responsible for moving small m. Are you able to understand? Here friction is responsible for opposing the motion. Same friction is responsible for movement of a small m. Are you able to understand? Clear? And we are taking which kind of force? Maximum force. It means if I apply greater than this force, what will happen? Bodies will slide. If I apply force of greater than F max, small m will slip on capital M. It means that the maximum friction which I can take is limiting friction only. No? Maximum friction which I can take is limiting friction. Beyond this, friction cannot develop. So force also I should not apply such that after FL is developed, I should not increase the force. Because after FL is developed, still if I apply the force, then bodies will slide on each other. Are you able to understand? I have to apply small force first of all, then body starts sliding. Increase the force, FL increases. F increases. Further increase the force, again F increases. Increase the force up to which level? Up to you will find FL. Now if you apply force greater than FL, friction cannot develop greater than FL, no? So bodies will slide on each other. Are you able to understand, no? Okay. Now here what we are studying up to here, we are applying force on capital M. Capital M will try to slide. But there is friction between small m and capital M. That friction will oppose the motion of capital M below small m. It means it is trying to oppose the relative motion. Same friction what it is doing? Same friction is responsible for moving the small m body. Are you able to understand? Okay. Now one more point. So one more point which I can discuss is Seema. So applied force or external force we are applying on a capital M. And is there any limit for this F external? Is there any limit for F external? There is no limit. You can apply any amount of force, 2 Newton, 10 Newton, 1000 Newton, 10,000 Newton, any force you can apply. So therefore I say F external is unlimited. The external force which you apply, it is always unlimited. You can apply any amount of force. But what about FL? Limiting friction, is it unlimited? Limiting friction is always limited. Beyond that you cannot increase the FL value. So therefore what I say, FL is limited. FL is limited. Beyond a certain value you cannot increase FL. Okay, ma? Now who is responsible for moving small m? FL is responsible. And FL is limited. So FL produces limiting acceleration only. F external can produce unlimited acceleration because the force is unlimited. Are you able to understand? But who is producing motion? Who is producing acceleration in small m? FL. FL is limited. So acceleration produced by FL is also limited. Are you able to understand? So therefore what I write? Because FL is limited, acceleration produced by FL is also limited. Okay, ma? So first of all, let us calculate FL can produce how much acceleration. FL can produce how much acceleration. First of all, let us calculate that. Clear, ma? Where shall I write? I will write here. Clear, ma? Let us draw the free body diagram. See, this is the free body diagram of small m. Can you say how many forces are acting on small m? Chapal Twarga? 3. What are they? First of all, it's weight to small mg. Small mg will fall on which body? Capital M. What capital M will do? Capital M will give a reaction, normal reaction. Still any other force? Another force is FL, limiting friction. Clear, no? N value is how much? N value is also small mg. Clear, no? What is the formula for FL? Mu s into M. Mu value how much he gave? Mu only he gave. Normal reaction is how much? Mu. In between small m and capital M there is friction. So mu, normal reaction is how much? Small mg. That's all, no? So FL is equals to mu into small mg, and this one I can call it as net force also. Net force is also mass into acceleration. Can I write like this? Ila rayacha rayalama cheppandi. I have calculated FL and I am saying that FL is the net force also. How can you say? Because on this small m, this is the only force which is acting. No? ఈ తప్ప ఇంకా వేరే ఫోర్సెస్ ఏమైనా ఉన్నాయా? ఉన్నాయి. ఈ రెండు పనికిమాలిన ఫోర్సెస్ అనమాట. దే విల్ గెట్ క్యాన్సల్డ్ విత్ ఈచ్ అదర్. దే ఆర్ నాట్ యూస్ఫుల్. దే డజంట్ ప్రొడ్యూస్ ఎనీ యాక్సిలరేషన్. ఆర్ ఏబుల్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్, మా? విచ్ ఈస్ ద ఫోర్స్ విచ్ ఈస్ ప్రొడ్యూసింగ్ యాక్సిలరేషన్? FL. So FL is the net force. Net force formula? Mass into acceleration. So how much acceleration is produced in this small m? A is equals to mu mg divided by m. So m gets cancelled. So mu into g. So this is the acceleration which can be produced in small m. And this is what kind of acceleration? This is the maximum acceleration. Why I am saying this is the maximum acceleration? Because beyond this acceleration I cannot produce the acceleration. Why? Because if acceleration should increase, net force should be greater, no? If acceleration should be greater, force should be greater. Who is responsible for moving small m? Limiting friction. Limiting friction is limited, no? Limiting friction is limited. So acceleration is also limited. And this is the maximum acceleration I can produce in small. Are you able to understand? Okay. Now the question is, capital M should move with how much acceleration? Capital M also should move with same acceleration. Then only both bodies will travel like a single body. Otherwise, one body will slip on another body. నేను ఎంతైనా ఫోర్స్ అప్లై చేయగలను కదా అని చేసినారు అనుకోండి, ఇదేమో వెళ్ళిపోతుంది. బట్ స్మాల్ ఎమ్ అంత యాక్సిలరేషన్తో వెళ్ళలేదు కదా. యాక్సిలరేషన్ ఆఫ్ స్మాల్ ఎమ్ ఈస్ ఆల్వేస్ లిమిటెడ్. ఆర్ ఏబుల్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్, మా? సో వాట్ ఈస్ ద కండిషన్ ఫర్ బోత్ బాడీస్ టు ట్రావెల్ లైక్ ఎ సింగిల్ బాడీ? Both should have same acceleration. Both the bodies should have same acceleration. Otherwise, one body will slip on another body. And which acceleration I have to take? I have to take that acceleration which is produced by friction. I have to take that acceleration which is produced by friction, because friction is limited, external force is unlimited. Are you able to understand? So therefore what I have to take? So therefore capital M also should move with, capital M also should move with how much acceleration, ma? With acceleration of small m, such that both bodies does not slip. Both bodies does not slip. So that is my answer. Okay. Now calculation, I can do the calculation very easily, no ma? So it means now both of them, they are behaving like a single body, no? So now I can say, I can take this set as a single body, capital M plus small m. Why I am taking capital M plus small m? Because they should not slip, no? They should not slip on each other. It means they are behaving like a single body. And what is the force you have to apply? This is the only net force, no? Weight and normal reaction are there, they will get cancelled with each other. So therefore F max is how much? This is the net force. Net force formula, mass into acceleration. How much acceleration they should move? They should move with an acceleration of small m. What is the acceleration of small m? Mu into g. So m mu g. So therefore net force is how much, ma? Or maximum force is how much? Mu mg. Sorry, mu. Total mass is how much here? Total mass is m plus m, no ma? So m plus m into acceleration. Acceleration is how much? Let it be a. So therefore F max is equals to m plus m into a. A value is a value. Mu into g. So this is my answer. Okay, ma? So if this maximum force, if I can apply, then one body will not slip on another body and both body will move like a single body. Okay, ma? But if I apply a force greater than this force, smaller body will slip on capital body, capital U. What is the reason? Because if I apply greater force, force can be greater, but friction cannot increase greater than this value, no? So friction cannot support small. Are you able to understand now? That's it. Okay. So consider there are two friends, Ashish and Akash. Akash father is a karodpati. 10 కోట్లు ఉన్నాయి ఆయన దగ్గర అనుకుందాం. ఆశిష్ ఫాదరు బస్ స్టాండ్లో చిప్పలు ఏరుకుండేవాడు అనుకుందాం. ఊరికి ఫీల్ అవుద్దా? ఎవరికి చెప్తా ఉన్నా? ఆర్ ఏబుల్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్ మా? బట్ బోత్ పేరెంట్స్ ఆర్ వెరీ గుడ్ ఫ్రెండ్స్. ఆర్ ఏబుల్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్? అండ్ బోత్ ద పేరెంట్స్ వాంట్ దేర్ చిల్డ్రన్ టు ట్రావెల్ ఇన్ ద సేమ్ సెకండ్ క్లాస్ ఆఫ్ ద ట్రైన్. ఇద్దరిని ఒకే సెకండ్ క్లాస్లో ట్రావెల్ చేయాలనుకున్నారు అనుకోండి. ఆకాష్ వాళ్ళ ఫాదర్ ఎంత డబ్బైనా ఇస్తాడు, హీ కెన్ గివ్ ఎనీ అమౌంట్ ఆఫ్ మనీ. బట్ ఆశిష్ ఫాదర్ కెన్ గివ్ ఓన్లీ 1000 rupees. But for both of them to travel in the same train, what Akash father should do? He should also give only 1000 rupees only. Then, Maryadaga, iddaru oke train lo, oke compartment lo travel chestar. Are you able to understand, ma? So acceleration of which body I have to take? Acceleration of that body which is produced by friction. Because friction is limited. Take that acceleration, apply for both the bodies. Then both of them, they will travel like a single body. Have you understood, ma? Now I will do some changes in this question that you are supposed to solve. ఇప్పుడు నేను కొన్ని మార్పులు చేర్పులు చేస్తాను, అది మీరు చేయాలి. క్లియర్ నో? సో వాట్ ఈస్ ద నోట్ పాయింట్ హియర్? ఐ హ్యావ్ టు రైట్ నోట్ పాయింట్ ఈస్ దట్ ఓకే మా? సో రైట్ ఆన్ ద నోట్ పాయింట్. సో నోట్ పాయింట్ ఈస్ దట్ we have to take that acceleration, we have to take that acceleration which is produced by friction, and apply same acceleration for both bodies. This is the logic of solving block on block system. Okay, ma? So total discussion is based on this statement which we have written. అర్థమవుతుంది కదా? That's it. So make a note of it and try to do the calculation. Now force is applied on which body? Force is applied on small m. Small m can have any acceleration, no? Small m can have any acceleration because external force can be unlimited. ఎంతైనా ఫోర్స్ మీరు అప్లై చేయొచ్చు. But why capital M is moving, ma? Capital M is moving only because of friction. And friction is limited. So acceleration is also limited. Find out the acceleration of capital M. apply same acceleration on both the bodies. That's my answer. Are you able to understand? Now let us draw the free body diagram of small m. Okay, ma? Its own weight small mg is acting on capital M, no? Then capital M will give a normal reaction. So we are applying force in this direction. So body will try to slide in this direction. Then limiting friction starts acting in opposite direction. So we are taking F max, no? It means friction shall already reached the maximum value, which is called Fl. Are you able to understand? No? Okay. Now what Fl is doing? Fl is trying to oppose the motion of small m, no? Motion of friction is always the same. It always tries to oppose relative motion between two bodies. Previously capital M was trying to move, no? So on that friction was opposing. Now small m is trying to move, no? Now friction is opposing small m. Are you able to understand? So therefore, now if you draw the free body diagram of capital M, okay ma? Now same Fl is responsible for producing acceleration in capital. Here friction direction is in this direction. Same friction is accelerating capital M, no? Because already we said that friction is equal and opposite, no? On small m it is in one direction. On capital M it is in opposite direction. Fine? Okay. Now Fl value how can I calculate? Mu s into n. Okay. Fl is because of this body. So take the normal reaction of this body. So mu s value, mu only. Normal reaction is how much? Small mg. So small mg. Clear now? Clear? So therefore, here this body is accelerating only because of Fl. No? Fl becomes the net force. Net force formula, mass into acceleration. But this is capital M, no? Capital M into acceleration.
Sir, M
No.
mu value 0, capital M mu value.
Here, this one is 0. That acceleration we are not taking, no? On capital M, which is the only force which is acting, only force is friction between small m and capital M. There is no friction between capital M and ground. అక్కడ ఎక్కడ ఉంది ఇక్కడ ఫోర్స్ అది లేదు కదా. Are you able to understand? On this small m, the only force acting is a friction in between capital M and small m. And that is the force which is responsible for acceleration. Because that is the net force, only force. Net force mass into acceleration. Mass of this body, capital M. Acceleration is how much? I don't know. Are you able to understand? Okay. But limiting friction is how much? Mu into small mg. Substitute. So mu into small mg is equal to mass into acceleration. So therefore what is the acceleration produced? A is equals to mu small mg divided by capital M. This is the condition. Okay. And what is this acceleration? A is equals to A max on which body? On capital M. This is equals to mu small mg divided by capital M. Are you able to understand now? This is the maximum acceleration that can be produced on capital M. More than this acceleration you cannot produce. Why more than this acceleration you cannot produce? Because acceleration is produced by friction. Friction is always very small, limited. So acceleration is also limited. Are you able to understand? Out of small m and capital M, which one is moving because of friction? Capital M is moving because of friction. So find out acceleration produced by friction. Understood? No? Now you take the same acceleration, now you apply on both bodies. Are you able to understand? No? Now both of them they should move with same acceleration, otherwise bodies will slip on each other. Now you take the total system of small m plus capital M. What is the acceleration with which they can move? So mu small mg divided by capital M. So this is the F max. So F max produces net force. Net force is equal to mass into acceleration. Capital M plus small m multiplied by A. So therefore what is the maximum force I can apply? M plus m multiplied by acceleration. Acceleration is mu small mg divided by capital M. So this is my answer. Very simple. Understood now?